Hi, this is James Melendez, James, a wine guy, here to talk about wines of Portugal. I often say an undiscovered wine country, and often it gets eclipsed by this category of wine, which is a port wine. And I'm not going to talk poorly about port because I love port, I adore it, and but I also believe that there's a balance too in terms of what other great wines come from Portugal, the still wines, the other fortified wines, the sparkling wines. It's a great, rich offering. It's a nation producing wine for millennia. And in that is some great story and some great wines that are being produced and exported, and something to be talked about, something to be sought after. And for me, I actually went to a wine tasting, wine to Portugal tasting, and I was just dazzled by the array and stylization and the artistic inputs and just fantastically wonderful, dazzling, gorgeous wines. And for me, that was my confirmation once again that it is an undiscovered wine country. Now, this is again 4 millennia producing wines. It is a very large production of about 500,000 acres or 202,000 hectares. Now, this is a wine producing nation of international varietals that it shares with its neighbor Spain. It is producing indigenous varietals. So some of the best known or well known varietals are the Arinto, the Alvarinho, Encruzado, Fernão Perez, Maria Gomes. There's the red wines, the Alicante Boucher, the Baga, Castelao, Trincadera, Tinta Ruiz, Aragonés, Tempranillo, and also the Touriga Nacional, Touriga Franca. Now, I'll show you a map in a moment to go through and go through in a relatively quick manner of the wine regions from Portugal. So there are 6 classifications in the wine structure, wine system in Portugal. So we have Vino de Mesa, Vino Regional, Indicação Geografia, Indicação Geografia Protegida, Denominação de Origem Controlada. So as we get towards the end of this, we're getting the high quality wines, Denominação de Origem Protegida. Now I'll show you this wine map of this great depth and diversity of land. You have the Atlantic on this side, Spain on this side, and so we're going to start here. This is the Vinho Verde, which of course, it's the largest wine region in Portugal, and it's one that is often thought of as being a particular bottling. It is as if it's a varietal unto itself, which it is not. You have the Dao, you have the Tavora, the Porto e Douro, the Trás-os-Montes, Beira, Alentejo, Algarve, Madeira, Açores, the Peninsula de Setúbal, Lisboa, which was once known as Extremadura, Tejo, and the Barada. So you have these wine regions that are, and of course sub-regions underneath that are producing some phenomenal wines in terms of just great character and stylization that come from the indigenous side, but also there's just a depth and this experimentation with doing international varietals and blending them with the indigenous varietals. So not just experimentation as in, would this possibly work? It does work. And I think it's a fantastic region to keep a lookout for. Now, it was very interesting at this tasting I went to. It's Wines of Portugal, and I saw a lot of people I know, and a lot of course, wine sales people from retailers, wine merchants, but also some wine buyers. Now, I was very fascinated because I quickly went online to see what did their assortment look like. And really what it looked like was 80–90% of what they carry is port wines, fortified wines, and very few. Madeira is very hard to find. Love Madeira, and can't find enough of it. But the sum of this story is that you're still seeing not enough of still wines or even the sparkling wines or the other fortified wines, and it's something that I think is an opportunity. I think it's going to be a lot of consumers are going to ask their wine merchant, please bring us some still Portuguese wines. They're phenomenal for food or standalone wine. It depends on what it is, and some just great artistic and great quality wines that are being produced today. Again, we live in the best of wine times. Maybe not other historical reference points to the best time in history, but when it comes to wine, we live in the best time there is. Now, for me, it's just a really fantastic thing to talk about. I'm going to do more videos on this subject because it's so important for me to do so. It's so important to talk about this category. And here we go. So for more wine reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, Pinterest. Salud.